up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh, Graham Ruckert for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Presented by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
All right, here we go on a nice little middle of the week Wednesday. I'm Timmy Hall. We've got a couple guys back there tonight. We've got Ryan Baker, Mr. Menthol, always smelling very good. And one of our new guys in town, Jacob Reimer, Rhyme Time. So it's good to see you fellas. And here with me today for some more NFL draft and Buckeye talk, DeVier Posey, everybody.
What's up, Tim? What's up, Columbus? How you doing?
Oh, I'm sure Columbus is good. I can tell Columbus is doing good.
I think Columbus is heading in the direction of, you know what? It's time for dad shorts, tank tops, sundresses, and everything that's good about the summer.
I found this out about myself over the last year. I really love wearing pants and long sleeves.
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to be
and long sleeves.
I like to be mostly cut. No, pants. Like I like the.
Well, I love shorts and long sleeves.
Hate to say it, but I'm kind of into the jogger nation. It's like what
Jogger
Common
nation.
Man would say back there.
Yeah.
Men showing off their ankle bones is like our version of showing cleavage. It might be what it is. It might be with the male version of that. Adam King for 10 TV will do it with suit pants.
Just wear the shorts.
I was going to say
above
the knee action for shorts is definitely man cleavage.
That's in now. Yeah, you're right. Like
That's man
Bobby
cleavage.
Carpenter length shorts.
Oh yeah,
he's like a 3-inch
Hoochie Daddy
inseam.
shorts. They're Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Oh my God, you could see the thigh muscles just bulging.
I do squats just for those shorts because I'm not doing it to run.
When am I going to see you in a pair of shorts?
Like you were saying,
next week,
if it gets warm enough. But I like long sleeve shirts with shorts.
It's a good look. I enjoy that look. I like a t-shirt
fisherman.
hoodie.
Yeah, Florida fisherman.
Trust the Florida fisherman.
The Florida fisherman, a Florida man outfit.
That's great. Yeah,
I was enjoying that today too until I walked into this producer studio and was like, "Man, I really wish I had a short sleeve shirt on."
It's hot back there.
You know what? It ain't going to help you. You may as well run around naked back there. You'll still be hot.
It's the lights in there.
That's the room. The rooms are all out of whack. If you're
this
wondering,
room is always cold.
This room's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't go as far to say it's cold. If I take you into the Jacket studio, that's one of our other off-air studios here, we can do a number of things, record a podcast or whatnot. Freezing cold. It's like Antarctica. I love it in there. That's my favorite room. Crew studio is kind of moderate, right in the middle. Yeah. Control room, hell.
Yep.
Absolute hell.
So is Matty Ice, because he always wears a coat. He's wearing a winter coat.
He must be cold all the time.
Is that why they call him Matty Ice? Because he's always cold? Is that why?
He's freezing all the time, and I don't know how it's possible. Yeah. I mean, the other day it was 70. He's wearing a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a hoodie, and pants.
Dude, man.
Did you have some fun? Ryan Baker was with Matty Ice Monday and Tuesday. Rothman was out. He was doing some Chicago things. Did you have a good time?
We had a blast. That was like our old school broadcasting school days. So we had a blast.
That's right. Ohio Media School.
Yeah. So Matty was a student there when I was a graduate assistant running the sports radio. So we did a lot of stuff back in the day together.
All right. So one of the things I want to start with, if you listened to our show last night in the 7 o'clock hour, so you know kind of where it's at, if you want to go back and check the Buckeye Show podcast, anywhere you get your audio, simply download it and you'll find it. So in the middle of the 7 o'clock hour, we got Tyvis to just speak on his unique story because it's draft week, and I love catching up with you guys that lived it, you know? And it wasn't just, he didn't get drafted, so we know that's part of the story with Tyvis. He expected to, didn't happen, and that's rough to go through, and then getting back on that horse and then starting the process. But DeVier, I want to kind of go down that road for the next couple segments or the first couple segments with you, because I think all of our listeners find these things fascinating, and a lot of us dreamt of that when we were growing up playing football, trying to get to that level. But it ended for us way quicker, and you got to live out a dream. But take us through that. Obviously, you're the 68th overall pick in the 2012 draft to the Houston Texans. And what were the weeks leading up to that like? And just take us inside your mind.
Yeah, man. Tim, first, as a fan of the draft, I love the draft. The draft is more entertaining than, say, the ESPYs to me. I love the meme-worthy family interactions, the reactions from guys, seeing guys go through adversity sitting there in the room, or how people, jump all over them. I just absolutely love that stuff.
Can I tell you this real quick?
Yeah.
The first round of the NFL draft, to me, is the best sports viewing.
Draft. Yes.
Whatever is not even draft.
Yeah.
Say take games off the table.
Okay.
Anything that's not a game that is involved in sports in any way, NFL draft is number one.
You put it above all the award shows,
all the award shows, whatever,
I am with you on that.
Selection Sunday.
Yes.
That just popped in. It's that.
But it's so
Selection
quick.
Sunday and it's NFL draft first round.
Yeah, it's so quick. Selection Sunday.
But anyway.
Yeah. So draft for me, crazy process. I was at home in Cincinnati in my mom's house, and I kind of watched the first round by myself, and it was first round, obviously second and third the second day. The first round went, and I was like, "Oh, turn it off." At the time, obviously, I didn't think I was going to be a first round draft
pick. You weren't expecting that to happen, though, right?
But the thing about it was, I went to the combine. I ran a 4.37.
Blazing speed.
I had everything that I did up to the combine. I thought that I could have been one of the top 5-6 receivers in that draft. I was really upset with the 49ers because they took a guy named A.J. Jenkins from Illinois, who I thought only had one good senior year. And I really felt like I had a great meeting with the 49ers. I really felt like when they came in town, we hit it. I really felt like at the combine, at Pro Day, that I had a good relationship with their coach. And then even on top of that, Ted Ginn was in San Francisco at the time. Troy Smith was in San Francisco at the time. I thought it would have been a great fit to be out there with Ted Ginn. And, it just didn't work out. They ended up taking – and the funny thing about A.J. Jenkins, he was my roommate at the combine.
How about that?
I was really pissed.
Did you not get along with him at all?
Well,
or was it just the competitiveness?
Okay, here's the thing.
With it?
I got to the combine. We come in the room. The first thing he says to me is, "I'm kind of happy that stuff happened to y'all at Ohio State."
Oh.
And I'm like,
that's the first thing?
First thing he said.
Not like, "Hey, how you doing?" Or, "Man,
oh, this dude is."
He just went right at you.
This dude's a prick. He's not my type of dude. I don't like this guy. And then to go to sleep. I mean, he's cool, but I'm going to say this anyway on the radio. He had to rock himself to sleep. So I'm looking over there during the combine, and the bottom of the covers are just moving, just like shoo, 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 shoo. And I'm like, "All right, bro, what are you doing under those covers?" And he's like, "Oh, ever since I was a kid, I got to rock myself to sleep." And I'm like, "All right, I really don't like this dude. I just don't like this guy."
What?
And then I'm watching the draft, and he gets drafted in the first round, Tim. And I'm like, "All right, Mom, turn it off. I'm done." I wake up, I work out. The next day, I'm just like, what's going to happen in the second round?
Get me another room, please.
I'm like, oh, my gosh, this dude is just really trying to irk me. But anyway, we ended up being cool. We ended up talking throughout our careers. And we always joke about that story the first day we met. But, I'm watching the draft. I get a workout in a day. The family comes over. I'm telling them, hey, my agent's like, I really think it'll be tonight. We get to about the end of the second round. I get a call from my agent, and he's like, "Man, I don't know. It might be the back half of the third. We're for sure going in the fourth round tomorrow. Only bad thing is you got to go to sleep and wait till tomorrow." And I'm like, dang. So I hang up the phone, and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, Kara, she's sitting right next to me. I was like, "Let's take a shot. Let's just take a shot of some Patron."
Right.
And let's just
take
it through.
Take the edge off,
please.
please.
Just take it through it.
Yeah.
And so as soon as we take a shot, slam the cup down, boom, I get a Texas number, and I'm like, I'm like, shh. That's the best part of the draft, when everybody's like, shh, everybody be quiet. And then you're on the phone, and you're like, hey, hello? Yeah, this is DeVier. And you're like, hey, man, this is Rick Smith. He's an Ohio guy. He's from Dayton, Ohio.
Sure.
Rick's like, hey, man, we're going to take you here with our third-round pick coming up. Really excited. Thought you had a great combine, great everything. We're happy that you kind of fell to us. Whoop-de-whoop, like, I think this would be a good spot for you to be with Dre and, and things like that. We're excited to have you down here in Houston, so we're going to select you.
So what did you say? I always find it fascinating. It seems like the players say nothing on that call. They say nothing. I think you would want to make a tiny bit of chit-chat at the end of the call.
Nah. You want to hear.
You want to hear it. I get it.
You want to,
soak it in.
It's like one of those things where it's like, like you're getting a Grammy and you're like, the Grammy goes to. Like, you want to hear your name called.
I understand.
The
part of me and my personality is thinking, I don't want to come off as rude to these guys now that are giving me the shot of a lifetime. So I'm going to at one point say, well, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smith. My family and I were so excited about this. I've worked my whole life to be there. I typically, maybe they cut it off, but most of the times you see, I don't see a word being spoken by players.
There's so much information coming at you. It's like, hey, we traded up. We want you to, we're going to take in this pick. I'm going to get off the phone so you can watch it, but our travel, everybody's going to call you here, and then, like, you watch it, and then it's like, all right, you're flying out in the morning. Here you go. We need your bank account, signing bonus, whoop-de-whoop. Like, and it just starts going. And then local media there, and then it's crazy.
And I want to get some more DeVier's stories on what happened once he got drafted and how those first couple years of his career went, because every Buckeye has got their careers are they're never the same. There's no two football careers that are the same, and the stories are so unique to themselves. And I can't wait to hear some of those stories. We'll keep doing this with DeVier as we're 1 day away from the first round of the NFL draft. We'll have a ton of coverage here tomorrow. That's coming up next here. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Death, taxes, and beating Michigan every damn year. This is your flagship home for Ohio State football. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Morning Juice.
Sometimes being progress doesn't look like much, but you have to keep stacking those cards every day. Get that
3 cards
edge.
doesn't look like much, but a deck.
Let's start stacking, Coach.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 27th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
This is National Youth Violence Prevention Week. Let's lift up the young people who are leading the way to make their schools and communities safer. And let's work with our fellow community members to develop and support violence prevention programs. Youth violence is everyone's concern, and we can all play a role in the solutions.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of clouds around, breezy and cool, but at least we're dry on this Wednesday. Temperatures struggling only in the low 50s. Overnight, we'll see temperatures dropping down to around 30 degrees. That's enough for a frosty start to your Thursday with light winds and clear skies. But we'll see sunshine to finish off the day with temperatures back in the low 60s by Thursday afternoon. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Tailgating is a state of mind. You are listening to The Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall and our receiver buddy for tonight, giving us his draft tales. DeVier Posey, third-round pick, 68th overall to the Houston Texans back in 2012. I was just looking at DeVier, the wide receivers that were taken in your class. Of course, you mentioned A.J. Jenkins. Now he's kind of was a nut job and a bad dude at the beginning, but you since smoothed it over. He's weird. He like rocks himself to sleep under the sheets.
he's
Lord only knows what's going on there. Justin Blackmon was the 5th overall pick.
He was a beast.
Boy, that guy had talent, but he could not stop drinking.
Yeah,
and that kept him from having a career. Michael Floyd,
good
Notre Dame.
Good dude there.
Oh, if the Bodeman were here, what he would be doing.
Yeah, Bodeman.
13th overall. Kendall Wright out of Baylor.
Had a good season.
Then A.J. Jenkins. Then Brian Quick right at the top of the second round. He was an Appalachian State guy.
Big dude.
Remember him a little bit.
He was like 6'5", big body. He was like the biggest receiver that was taken at that time.
I remember Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill from Georgia Tech.
He ran like a 4.2 at the combine.
So who were all you had Calvin Johnson, you had Demaryius Thomas,
Stephen Hill.
Then Stephen Hill.
So he kind of fell in like that big body, fast receiver, just like DT and Calvin.
We were talking about just Georgia Tech receivers right there, folks. Then a big name, Alshon Jeffrey, was 45th overall.
South Carolina. And it was kind of a surprise that he fell to the second round because
he's good.
He was really good at South Carolina.
For sure, we agree. No question, the best NFL receiver that we mentioned yet for career.
No.
Career had.
No,
the
best receiver in our draft.
No. I'm just saying so far. I'm just saying so far.
I was going to give it to Marvin Jones.
Yes, okay,
but in the fifth round.
Yeah, he went later. We didn't read his name yet.
Hilton, yeah.
But as far as names that we mentioned so far, he's by far the best career. Ryan Broyles, Ruben Randall, and then you, DeVier Posey.
Ryan Broyles.
And we get to DeVier.
He was a beast at Oklahoma.
Couple picks later. Well, I guess later in the third round, you had Mohamed Sanu and then T.Y. Hilton went off the board.
Yep. All good dudes, man.
But I wanted to do this for you, too, before I get back to some of your stories. I have found your NFL.com. It still lives there. For the official NFL scouting combine, the data is still up there. I have your overview, your strengths, and your weaknesses.
Tim,
I think it would be fun to give you your weaknesses.
Don't give me. I don't want to hear it.
Well, you're gonna have to. I want to hear how you respond to this. And I'll give you the strengths after it to build you back up. This says Posey will get caught peeking at incoming safeties when going across the middle. Now, hold on.
Okay.
He shows toughness when blocking, but not here. He sometimes will seem uninvolved in the physical aspect of the game or when the ball and play are not coming toward him. That's it. That's a pretty short list of weaknesses, though.
That's what you get for being in Trustle's offense. you get bored blocking for Boom and Zoom. Brandon same. And Terrell's zone read.
Did you learn anything from that?
How to block. and how to be unselfish.
Mm-hmm.
And backside, you better be getting your hand on somebody.
Here were your strengths. Posey can struggle off the line, but understands for the most part how to stem his routes to set up a defender and then use his suddenness to change direction. He can burst and stick his foot in the ground at the top of routes to gain separation, except when going across the middle and facing a big hit. He is superb. I thought these were all strengths. He is superb.
Threw a dig in there.
What is that? Yeah, my God. He is superb at adjusting his body once the ball is thrown to secure the catch. He's effective after the catch. I feel like I should read this like Mel Kiper. Effective after the catch, the ball in his hands, can make a small move, get up the field, very polished as a route runner, overall receiver.
That was great.
Appreciate that. But no, that's pretty good. And I mean, you told us about your 40 time. I mean, dude, what's it like to run a 4.37? I'm just trying to imagine what that would feel like.
So you run two of them, and the NFL always reports your slowest time. My first time was a 4.37. And honestly, I got a text from my uncle. In between my 40s, I just went back to my phone, like where my sweats were. And he was like, "Don't run again." And I was like, all right. I was just like, what do I say? I was like, I want to do routes. So I didn't know what to say. Yeah.
I choose not to run.
I should have did the Dion and just ran out of the building.
But DeVier, so we got, your pick to, told us a little bit of the story about, getting that call from Rick Smith with the Houston Texans at the time and what that was like. And I know it's kind of impossible to sum up like the entire career in just one more segment here, but I want to know from you, like, when you think about where you were drafted and then everything that you accomplished throughout your football career, because it was wild. Like, it was a crazy ride. Like Tyvis's ride was crazy and all the teams he played for. And then you almost had this two sides where you had the 3 seasons with Houston. You get a shot with the Jets and the Broncos, and then you kind of become this CFL dude. And maybe more of a CFL dude than any Buckeye I can even think of, to where you're winning a Grey Cup and your Grey Cup MVP in 2017. When you think back on where I was picked, but then the whole picture, like, how do you sleep at night with everything you did?
I think the thing that really helped me from my career was just appreciating the lessons, right? And the things I've learned and just like when the universe gives you adversity, it's really a gift. You know what I mean? If you're still breathing, if you're still alive, it's a gift. And it's just really your perspective of it. And I think for me, that's really what I learned from my career was, got drafted, worked really hard to get in the starting lineup. I went to like a really old team. Like Matt Schaub was in his 8th year. Trey was in his 10th year.
Andre Johnson.
Arian Foster was, coming up on his 2nd contract, 5th-year guy. It was just like, it was so weird for me and my wife because we had just came from Columbus partying on High Street, hanging out.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Hey, you want to come over for Bible study? Do you want to come to my son's game this weekend?" And it was just like, man, like, I wasn't an adult. Like, I wasn't doing adult things yet.
It was so different. It was so different.
It was just hard to really bond with guys.
Right.
And so, like, guys
have so much money already. Right.
right. Like, it's just, they have families and businesses and nonprofits. And it was just like.
But I had to ask this to Tyvis, too, just from coming as a mere mortal. Those checks had to be unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I asked
where you're coming from, and
Owen Daniels, he was a tight end at Wisconsin.
Tatgate withstanding, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, just bro, it's just another level when you get in the locker room and you really see people's lifestyles in any professional sport. Like rookies versus the vets, it's a stark contrast. Like, it's just in lifestyle and just just management, right? So. Yeah, Owen Daniels, his locker was right next to mine. I asked to see one of his game checks one time. It's $250K.
What is the number one thing that you remember from your entire playing career, or the pinnacle, the best moment for you?
I think for me, man, just kind of having the year that after I went to the CFL and came back to the league, and John Harbaugh gave me an opportunity. That meant a lot to me personally.
Ravens in 2018?
Just because I felt like, a lot of guys go to Canada and rarely, like, make it back.
Yeah.
And they kind of just get stuck up there. And I think, me making it back, and like just playing in a Hall of Fame game and just being in Baltimore, it was just a big moment because I like the NFL PA, they send you a text every Friday. And I've had many opportunities to unsubscribe from this text. But when I was in Canada, I would like tell myself, like, I'm going to be in the league again. Like, I'm going to actually read this quote from the NFL or like things like that. And it kind of like always kept me in it. Like, I really got into visualization manifestation at the time. And like my whole reason of going to Canada was to get back to the league. Like, that's why I had success, because I was like, dude, I'm supposed to be in the league. You know what I mean? I just got hurt my rookie year, really had a rough time. Like, so my rookie year, I was telling you, I tore my Achilles in the playoffs right when I was breaking the starting lineup, and then the team drafted Hopkins, and then just that next year, it just, I mean,
things like that.
It takes
things like that when you're a young player.
Months. Yeah, man, and just really working, and so just finally getting healthy again and being able to show my professionalism, it just meant a lot to make it back.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the NFL, like the Players Association, and if you get involved in like a local chapter, like if they've got local chapters around. I was talking to your old teammate Dane Sonsenbacher as we were on the golf course. Yeah, I know, right? And he just another guy that made it to that 4-year window of time spent in the NFL, and he gave me a ball marker, and I was like, that's really nice. It's really cool. And it had like the NFL alumni, and it had the like Central Ohio chapter on the coin. I'm like, that's a nice piece where I could have only gotten this from someone that's in it, like I thanked him for that. And that's a really cool piece that I could tell people about, but that has to mean a lot. That's so cool that you're part of that fraternity forever. But thank you, DeVier. Thank you.
Anytime.
It's good stuff to hear. He's not leaving. That was just sort of that portion of the show. An example of how this NFL draft silly season can't end soon enough, especially for Marvin Harrison Jr. We'll prove it next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Bo Bishop is a media legend. We have no idea where the other guys came from. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
New 2024. Up to 72 months Aria. Up to 36 months Murano and Rogue. Ends 4/30/24.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take a Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But that's not all. Reichert Nissan also has 0% financing on Murano and Rogue 2. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part, especially if you get it with a small coffee or soft drink for just $5. Get to Wendy's for a Cinnabon Pull-Apart today.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary. Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchisor SPV, LLC.
This is NASCAR driver Tony Breidinger, inviting you to make a pit stop at Raising Cane's for my favorite craveable chicken fingers. Turbocharge your order and get it even faster when you order online or with the Raising Cane's app. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Raising Cane's is not affiliated with NASCAR.
New 2024 Chevrolet Equinox LT FWD with approved credit.
We're dealing at Reichert. New SUV starting at only $148 a month. Drive a brand new Reichert Chevy Equinox home today, just $148 a month. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
24 monthly. 44.80 due at signing. Offers may not be combined. In stock vehicles. See dealer for details. Offer ends 4/30/24.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin. Hundreds of vehicles in stock on the ground and priced to sell fast. Visit our Dublin location of I-270 in Sawmill or ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on The Fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and The Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And you've heard me talk a lot about how treating low testosterone can improve your sleep, your workouts, your energy levels, and more. But today I want to talk to you about your sex drive, because low testosterone can have a significant impact on your desire for intimacy. It can even be a factor in erectile dysfunction. And if you're in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship, a low sex drive could really be a problem. The good news is that if you're like most guys, treating your low testosterone could really change the way you feel about sex, giving you back the flame and desire that is so important when you love someone. So if you're feeling sluggish and tired, if you're not sleeping well, if your workouts aren't that great, and most of all, if your sex drive is more like a putt, make an appointment at Tri-State Men's Health and have your testosterone levels checked. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Pike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at upstart.com today. That's upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If the colors scarlet and gray made a sound, that sound would be this. This is the Buckeye Show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed, Edward. Timmy Hall and DeVier Posey here with you guys tonight. We are sponsored by our friends at CareSource and by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit schottensteinroofing.com. DeVier's excited for it. You know what? You gotta watch. Can you hear that when? Do that again. I want to do the microphone arm.
I don't know. I just get nervous when the radio starts. I just start moving the microphone.
We got to get some WD-40 in here because move that again. The creak on that microphone. You hear that, right? Oh my God!
You can hear it big time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just want to make sure it wasn't crazy.
I get nervous when you guys are back
Is
around.
yours that bad, Timmy?
Mine's a little bit quieter. It squeaks a little
like
bit.
DeVier's.
Do yours again, DeVier?
Yeah.
Give it a good yank. Give it a good pull.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Yeah. That's loud.
Yeah.
That's loud.
It's got some tight springs in it.
That thing
That's what it is.
You know, and I never think to like get lubricant for the microphone arm.
We are talking about the microphone.
Let's save that for the Tri-Health, the Tri-State Men's Health.
That's right. My good friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Is that not what it's called, though? Did I not use the proper terminology? What is WD-40?
It is a lubricant.
It's a lubricant.
That's correct.
It'll say it right on the can.
Absolutely, it is.
I have a house. I have to fix things around the house from time to time.
Absolutely.
I installed a bathroom floor, DeVier.
This weekend?
No, God, that took me about 3 months. that was a pandemic project.
Okay, hold on, just a bathroom floor.
Just a bathroom floor. I mean, like, man, we weren't taking showers.
Lay off me, man. Right. I tried. I wanted to tackle something, okay, and I got it done. I did a good job. I'll send you a picture of it. It looks good.
Yeah.
So we're getting to this point where we're getting ready for the draft tomorrow. And DeVier, the internet just goes crazy, right?
It's just like, let's throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. See if an NFL team believes this crap.
So, look, I know it's tough because we watched Marvin Harrison Jr., but that also means for those of us that didn't just watch him but covered him, and we've gotten to talk to people that are really close to him. We've gotten to interview his father. We've gotten to witness him up close. We've gotten to talk to teammates of his. We've been able to verify what he's about through many, many different levels. So in a way, I don't think that's a bad thing, that we're too close to him to have an honest opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like I really would, if there were some things I didn't like about him, I feel like I could say it, I feel like I would go out there and do it, but I know you're going to agree there really isn't a better wide receiver prospect that you can conjure up? Can you think of some things that would make Marvin Harrison Jr. better than what he is right now? And are they actually serious things about what he is or what he could accomplish at the next level? We've been hearing that he's a generational guy for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would say is probably like, I think a couple routes that I saw, his shoe was untied. And, you know, he could have picked some different cleats to wear. But besides that, he's pretty much checks all the boxes. Good. He checks all the boxes.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Well, the thing that got to me is when Bruce Feldman, and he's been doing this on the yearly now. Mm-hmm. What's your take in general about the anonymous barbs? You know, you ask all these guys, and I respect Bruce Feldman and the work he does enough to believe that these are real people with the jobs that he's saying they have. Like, he'll say, this is from a wide receiver coach in the National Football League. Like, he'll say that, a current wide receiver coach in the National Football League. Yeah. But of course, he won't reveal who it is. And so then this guy will just speak freely.
Yeah.
And just say whatever is on his mind about all the prospects.
Yeah.
You like that style? How we allow that cloak of anonymity to say what you want to say?
I just think from a team management perspective, your job is to do your due diligence. And if, Tim, I was a real estate guy, I'm flipping houses, my job is to do due diligence before I put that 10% down on the house and purchases for the flip. So I'm going to go to the foundation of the house. I'm going to check out flipper. I'm going to check out everything about it, and I'm going to find what's wrong. And I know the things that I need to coach are the things that I would need to fix as a real estate or contract in so that I can make sure this house is eligible to be on the market. Same thing with the draft. These guys are hired to find talent and find what's wrong with the talent so that the coaches know what to coach. So I'm okay with it when it's in the ballpark of on-field play. I don't like the Larry Tunsil stories. I don't like the C.J. Stroud stories.
C.J. Stroud is an idiot because he can't take a test.
The Justin Fields stories.
The Fields stuff. The Fields is a great example because that was inaccurate.
Well,
just making up stuff about how he's the one of the later guys in the building and one of the first to leave. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's just put the tape on and let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game and where I need to improve, what I need to work on.
You know,
and how I can help your team win football games.
I think for quarterbacks, and let's be honest, it's different, right? The quarterback's the most important position in all of sports. If you don't have one of those that's really good, you're just simply not going to win. But when it comes to Marvin, really, go played it yesterday, play it again right now. Listen to C.J. Stroud when it comes to this guy.
Be smart. Don't be dumb. Don't think too hard.
That's it. Be smart. Don't be dumb. Don't overthink it with Marvin Harrison. So when I get a guy that's going to say that, you know, he's a little too casual, that he doesn't have that innate dog in him.
No, that's his
scout
gift.
Number. That's from Scout 1. If you want to know who to hate,
that's his
Scout
gift.
1 says that.
That's his gift. And what people don't know is Marv would be on catch 8 for 145, and he'll get up and he might do a first down sign, but you won't see anything in his body language that can tell you he's having a bad game.
I look at that as like the skilled, the high level golfer, right?
You get what I'm saying? No emotional response to negative or positive.
Right, yes.
There's a
certain point. It's like there's a time to celebrate, right? There's a time to celebrate. There's a time to be serious when you're in the middle of that game.
And his dad was that way. His dad played like that. His dad would hand the ball to the ref and run back to the sideline.
And that's the thing, too, I also don't understand how that's bothering you about a top-line wide receiver prospect, where the knock on you guys is that you're the biggest prima donnas in all sports, right? Oh, throw me the ball. I got to get my numbers. I want to see production.
Jerry Maguire did that too.
Yes, show me the money.
Yeah.
I want to see the production. I want to see what you can do, what your catch radius is.
Yep.
If I'm looking at an old school middle linebacker like a Brian Urlacher or a Ray Lewis, then I want the innate dog in them to come out. I don't need that from Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, no.
I want skill.
You want a dog, but at the same time, like, you want a professional. And I think that's what Marv is going to bring every single day. I mean, let's be honest, the kid has a PhD in football. He grew up in one of the greatest locker rooms in sports history with Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Jeff Saturday, one of my favorite, Dallas Clark. I mean, he's been around great players. Dallas Clark was a dog. He wore no gloves, by the way.
Listen to this. Wide receiver coach 1. Harrison's not number 1 to me. Neighbors is the number 1 on my list. I think he is on a lot of people's list. He's just different. I don't think it's anything toward Marvin. It's just really that Neighbors is that good. His skills with the ball and his hands are different. Acceleration is different. His explosion is different. Offensive assistant 1. It's Neighbors, and then there's a gap. He's the best receiver in the draft in a couple years, maybe more. He is Tyreek Hill combined with both of those San Francisco guys, Debo and Ayuk. He's so explosive. He has a second gear.
That's disrespectful.
Marvin is really good, polished. He's not going to run by people. If you're looking to pick on something, he's not going to run by people. They're going to squat on him at the top of the break. He's good. I just wish he did the testing. He comes across as casual a little bit. Okay.
I mean, so
I wish you could look stupid, but your name's not on it.
The thing about that is my take, Tim. Neighbors also play with the Heisman and potential top 3 pick in Jaden Daniels.
They got so much superficial numbers there.
Kyle McCord, Syracuse's quarterback, and I'm not saying anything about that, but I'm just saying Marv in LSU jersey last year. What is that guy?
Doesn't even need to be in an LSU jersey. You need to see him in an LSU jersey. You saw him in this jersey.
But I'm saying
it spoke for itself.
Put him with a quarterback that had nation-leading numbers.
Yeah, I don't think you even need to. We saw what we saw
Exactly.
the last 2 years.
Exactly.
What more is there? What more is there? All right, that's going to be fun to hear his name called tomorrow. It'll be in the top 5. Today gave me some news that really, really bummed me out. And one of our teams now needs to regroup because of it. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
Since 1897, the Byers Auto family of dealerships has been serving Central Ohio's transportation needs. When we first opened our doors, our vehicles were fueled by oats and hay, required saddles, not seatbelts, and had shoes instead of tires. Over 120 years later, Byers Auto is still family-owned and operated. Our goal is to provide the best selection, price, and service in Central Ohio. And it's all on one website, buyersauto.com.
Come see why it's better to buy from Byers.
Byers Auto is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Rockman and Ice.
Hey, if the guy can play ball, he can play ball. Let's get him on the team. Yeah. Let's forget about all the other stuff. Driving the motorcycle on the field, smoking, drinking, doing what he wants. Guy can play ball. Let's get him on the squad.
Rockman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
We are not the only plumbers to offer same-day replacement of water heaters, but we are the only ones to offer same-day replacement even when you call late. You can even call as late as 5 p.m. and we'll still fit you in for a same-day replacement. In fact, we fit plenty of customers in later than that, but we can't commit to it past 5. And we are the only Columbus plumbers to offer same-day replacement with tankless systems. So don't settle for accepting whatever tank heater is on the other guy's truck. Our Eco Plumbers will replace your water heater same day with whatever system best fits your needs, including tankless. Because with tankless, you'll not only get endless hot water, you'll save big on energy, and your system will last twice as long. It's why Eco has specialized in tankless systems since 2009, and why our Eco Plumbers will always come through for you when you need us to, with same-day replacement of water heaters, even when you call late and want to go tankless.
At geteco.com.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part, especially if you get it with a small coffee or soft drink for just $5. Get to Wendy's for a Cinnabon Pull-Apart today.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary. Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchise or SPV, LLC.
Hi, this is Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. If you need repairs or replacement for your roof, siding, gutters, or windows, call Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Want to know anything about the fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Using the Buckeye hookup to play golf at Scarlet whenever we can. This is the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey. DeVier's also somebody that's ready to work on his golf game, take it to the next level in 2024. Did you get out yet?
No, I need a new driver. Honestly, I don't even want to take it out. Like, it's just, I gotta do it off budget. I gotta do a cash purchase. Don't want the wife to see that transaction.
Oh, is it that way? Yeah. We can't get some new toys. Boy, it is so expensive, right?
Give me a little handshake. I'll take care of you.
Just drop that at my address.
Oh, man. Yeah. As long as you throw in like a wedge for Ryan Baker to keep quiet. Right?
Bake needs a wedge.
I don't think a new wedge is going to help my wedge game right now. So
you missed it. I mean, your window was when the golf show. You got to go in the winter when the golf show rolls into town.
Yeah,
at the convention center at the Ohio Expo.
Oh yeah, you told me about the golf show.
I got 2 pairs of shoes.
To do. Yeah,
I didn't need clubs. I mean, I will be at some point looking for irons. I'm still hitting Titleist irons, the DCIs from 2001.
Yeah,
I was a high schooler and I was using these.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
TaylorMade blades.
Yeah.
How old?
Probably 14.
2014.
Yeah.
So not nearly as old as mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the iron technology has completely changed. I would be able to hit the ball so much farther, but I hit
okay, Tim.
No, no lie. I would. I'm using irons from 2001.
Yeah,
you give me a new set, I put 10 to 15 yards on each of my iron swings.
I believe you. You know the thing about
depending on the club.
I think my clubs have too much play in them. Like, I'm not good enough for the clubs that I have.
Yeah,
and I've really struggled.
They're a player's club. You want something that's more forgiving.
I need something heavier, more forgiving, and I just need to make a cash transaction so my wife doesn't see.
Yeah, understand too. I think that's the same thing about my irons too. Is I actually should be fit for something that's a little bit more playable. Because I'm not
it's more friendly.
I'm not the dude that's working the ball like these pros, like with the cuts and the draws. I want to hit the ball as straight as I can.
Yeah.
I need something that's forged a little bit more. Yeah. Forged, like the Lord of the Rings.
Tim, speaking of Lord of the Rings, what's your Harry Potter magic wand that you get it done with in the fairway?
It's my wedge. Becoming a very good wedge player.
Oh no, I'm saying the one club.
Yeah.
Your magic wand.
It's my lob wedge.
Lob wedge.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with
we're talking about this. I'd like to put my other friend, my 53 degree and my 58 degree, and put them as like a package deal because they're both very friendly to me.
Those, like, if you're walking and after you drive, you can get up there with those two clubs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
My man.
They have confidence.
Yep.
And you want to be, and I tell the golfers out there that are getting ready for another season, work on your confidence, right? That's what it's about. It's such a mental game.
Don't talk bad about yourself.
You're going to hit some bad shots here and there. But if you step up there and you have a good vision, you talk about that, right?
Be nice. I'm nice. I'm the most nicest to myself on the golf course.
That's surprising.
Pamper myself. That's why I like going, because it's like, DeVier, look, man, you're a good dude. You're right. You deserve better. It's okay.
You deserve better.
You shouldn't be playing like this.
You deserve better than this.
I talk so nice. Because as soon as you start talking bad about yourself on golf course, you just go downhill. You have to be nice to yourself.
This is wrong that this is happening to you.
Timmy, I feel like this is a new Wednesday night segment. DeVier deserves.
It's like you got on the golf course. That's the mindset I have, Ryan.
Man deserves better, right?
I deserve better.
He didn't deserve.
It's too nice of a guy to not have better.
Right? What do you banish him to the CFL for?
You're better than
he's
this.
He's better than that? Why does this ball kick off the back of the green and roll into the creek when he was only 3 yards too long?
It's all right. It looks good down here.
Where was that gust of wind that we accounted for? So DeVier really bummed me out today. This one really did bum me out. We talked about Trey Townsend, 6'6", small forward. You can put him in a couple of spots. I was really liking this guy. We didn't get the volume of 3-point shooting with him, but his percentage at 38% checked off a box. He certainly wasn't going to get you those Jamison Battle type figures, but you were just talking about a stud of a player at the mid-major level. He was the National Mid-Major Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had Jack Golke hitting the shots, but then Trey Townsend was the guy that
He's the reason
was
why
the
they
stud.
went there. He's the reason why they went for him.
Correct. He's the reason why they did this and won their conference tournament, and they beat Kentucky and got to the next round. He had 30 points against NC State. It was down to Arizona, and it was down to Ohio State. And sure enough, I really, really thought the Buckeyes did everything they could do to put themselves in a position to get him. And when I do realize and feel that you lost him to a borderline blue blood, we don't have to have that debate right now, but it's Arizona. I mean, it's everything Lute Olson built, and it's the Arizona Wildcats. We grew up as kids knowing big-time phenom Arizona Wildcats, right?
I mean, Tim,
and that's where he went.
You lived in Detroit the last 3 years, and you're like, Columbus,
I hear
Tucson.
Yeah, could be it. Hey, don't act like that might not have been a factor. And I'm doing the money signs.
Yes.
Show
more
me the
money in Arizona.
Show me the money. And I had heard from someone pretty reliable that the asking price was really, really high. Really high 6 figures. So if Arizona
to himself. He's been talking good to himself.
If Arizona ponied up for that, then that's possibly one of the things that got it done. But he's a 17-8 guy, obviously the Horizon League Player of the Year if he's the National Mid-Major Player of the Year. But it's regrouping time. Overall, DeVier, are you happy with what's been done? We talked about Michi coming in, but we didn't talk to you since Felix Okpara left. I mean, Aaron Bradshaw comes in from Kentucky, a 7-1 guy.
Pushed him out,
Kind of pushed him out, so that stinks. So we still got work to do to finish up this team here.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and that was kind of the trade-off for me, that Felix Okpara felt betrayed. And it's just like, how do you kind of just come back from that, right? I mean, you lose a guy who was one of the heart and souls of this team for the past 2 years, and he really, I thought back when Holtman was still in his rut and they had that run in the Big Ten tournament last year, I felt like Bruce Thornton and Felix Okpara really challenged the team. And now it's all Bruce Thornton's team. So, I mean, Tim, we do need a few more pieces, but if I'm Diebler, I'm looking in the mirror, I say, hey, do I get, this former 5-star guy who's had great minutes at Kentucky, 7-foot, potential draft lottery, or Okpara? I'm okay with taking the portal.
I haven't done enough of my research because I've so been on team Trey Townsend, but that now pushes you to this other kid that visited. Have you seen the 6? And you like the frame here, 6'9" freshman, 6'9", 190. Need to bulk him up a little bit, but a 15-a-game guy with 4 rebounds and 1.5 assists and a 38% 3-point shooter. So a 6'9" lanky dude that probably has a 7-foot wingspan that's hitting the 3. Central Arkansas, so again, much smaller level at the mid-major level, but that's possibly what could emerge for Ohio State now that they don't get Trey. So I would like to see them seal the deal with that young man going forward here, and then still with I think another spot or 2 that they could get done to beef up this team. Okay, Reggie Bush is getting the Heisman back. I know that's got DeVier's mind spinning a mile a minute. We'll tell you why in the College Football Pulse next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hi, I'm Lauren, and I work for Meijer. People ask, why do I shop there? Well, that's easy. I can get everything in one stop, like fresh produce. And the quality, it's everywhere. Pet brands, Meijer brand, all the brands. And I love our friendly pharmacists. Did I mention prices? Because they're low. And you get the same deals with Meijer pickup and delivery. Meijer is all quality, all in one stop, with low prices every day. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
It's no fun to get blindsided. That's why you need to know what's coming in Ohio Medicaid.
Championship quarterback Cardale Jones.
Recent changes in Ohio Medicaid could impact you. If your information isn't up to date, you could lose your health insurance. Call the Ohio Department of Medicaid so you don't have to scramble to stay insured.
Call 800-324-8680. A public health message from CareSource.
That's what I call forward progress.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Ike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies, he's approved, and touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at Upstart.com today. That's Upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good evening. I'm Ryan Baker. A lot of baseball going on right now in the Buckeye State. Let's start up at Progressive Field, where the Guardians trail the Red Sox 2-0, top of the fourth inning. Connor Wong with a home run in this one for Boston. Over at Great American Ballpark, the Reds, they're in the top of the second against the Philadelphia Phillies, and the Reds trail 1-0 and that one. The Columbus Clippers, they're in Syracuse tonight taking on the Mets. Top of the second in that one, Columbus trails Syracuse 1-0. A big game over at Lower.com Field tonight. The Columbus Crew hosting Monterey in the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup semifinals. It gets underway at 8:15. Two games in the NBA playoffs. The Celtics and the Heat getting ready to start right now. The Thunder host the Pelicans at 9:30. The Cavs and Magic play Game 3 of their series tomorrow at 7. Breaking sports news as it happens on The Fan.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. Need heating, cooling, plumbing, or electric? Call a carpenter.
Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey, the lovely Buckeye fans tonight, hour 2, as we get into the Pulse. And this is a big story. This is a big story, Baker. The Heisman that is back in business now.
It once was lost, but now it is found.
Yay!
Yeah.
Reggie Bush, guys.
Reggie!
The Heisman Trophy, what is that? The Trust Committee, whatever it is.
The Trust, I believe, yeah.
They decided today that they were going to give Reggie his 2005 Heisman back. So Reggie couldn't have his all these years. OJ could. And it sounds like OJ's death is kind of what started the conversations to give Reggie his Heisman back. So congratulations, Reggie, on finding your Heisman
So
again.
Congrats, Reg.
tell me more about that, about OJ's death, because that's always where this was for me. It just, look, I know, innocent until proven guilty, right? We had the book, How I, If I Did It, all that nonsense. But you could go to the Heisman website and see O.J. Simpson all over the place, and then you would click through the slides, and then a gap where Reggie Bush is gone. And I know that Reggie Bush, we all know he received improper benefits in his time there. It just seemed wrong. That's all. It just seemed odd that this guy and O.J. would be up there. Funny how they're both USC dudes, too. And then Reggie is gone off the face of the planet. And good on them. He's there right now. I'm actually on the website verifying that this is updated. He's there, 2005, running back, junior, Reggie Bush.
Yeah,
So good.
That's great. I mean, Bake, this is interesting because the Heisman Committee, which is a postseason award, gave him his Heisman back. Or has it confirmed that? Did the NCAA erase any of his stuff with the school? Is this NCAA reinstate him? It's just the Heisman Committee.
This is just the Heisman Trophy.
Heisman,
Just the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
That's
totally
what he
something
gets.
Different. Yeah. It's a postseason award that's voted on from a committee. Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, the says as part of the decision Wednesday, the Heisman Trust is returning the Heisman Trophy to Bush and a replica to USC.
Nice.
I think you kind of know, if you've ever wondered, if you looked at all those Heisman trophies that are in the glass room on the corner of the Woody Hayes on campus, replicas. But hey, still cool.
Yeah.
It's a replica of a real Heisman Trophy that was won by somebody. Bush will again be invited to all future Heisman Trophy ceremonies beginning in the 2024 season. And I bet you know what else this means.
Heisman House.
Heisman House. They got a pretty clever ad campaign, don't they?
Now, the thing about winning a Heisman, you're due about, about 500 to about $1 million a year off of advertisements and stuff like that. Like, those dudes make a lot of money post-football just for being a Heisman. You get some good bread.
It says the decision to reinstate the Heisman Trophy was based on a, quote, deliberative process by the Heisman Trust to monitor a sea change in college athletics in recent years. So you said the OJ thing, they're going more on the surface of what's been happening with NIL and collegiate sports. The trust cited fundamental changes in which rules that have allowed student-athlete compensation to become an accepted practice and appears here to stay. We're thrilled to welcome Reggie back to the Heisman family in recognition of his accomplishments. Michael Comerford, president of the Heisman Trophy Trust, said, "We considered the enormous changes in college athletics over the last several years and deciding that now is the right time to reinstate the trophy for Reggie."
Derek Jeter hat tip.
I wonder what that first commercial is going to be like when he's in the Heisman house. I don't even know if you have to do any kind of clever writing, or is it more like, "Hey, I'm back"? He busts in through the door. I'm back, baby.
Doesn't he have to be there ringing the doorbell? "Hey guys,
with his
I'm here.
bags.
I'm back." Yes, exactly.
Or he's outside at the gate and he punches in the code and it opens. He's like, "Man, this thing hasn't been working for 14 years.
My code hasn't worked forever."
It's this is great. And the code is 2005, 2005. It worked. Finally, I'm back. I'm back in.
Let's get on the phone with the marketing agency right now.
Absolutely.
But
Nissan.
DeVier, I can feel it. It's emanating from you.
What?
This story
Yeah.
This Reggie is back. The Heisman is back.
Yeah.
This has you feeling a certain type of way about what happened to you and the boys.
I mean, I always, I'll tweet and I'll bring it back up just to kind of resurface it. But at the same time, there's a little bit more bureaucracy involved in our situation because it's more NCAA, it's more school, it's
we're not just talking about giving you a trophy back.
Yeah, it's more of because not only do I want it back, Cam Hayward, Dane Zensbacher, Timmy Checkwood, those guys who were seniors would love to have their senior year back. I mean, it was a Big Ten championship that's missing from the Woody. But it's not that this award, because it's a postseason award, doesn't matter. But what this award did, Tim, was make a great just segue for the NTA to kind of follow suit on, hey, we're the Heisman. We're doing this because of the change of landscape. Not only our case, but what other things can be considered for impermissible benefits now that, say, somebody's leaving a school who was there for a year for $300,000, like where are we? Guys, we were tripping back then. Let's let up a little bit.
They verify this. I'm sure we've talked about this before. They couldn't take your Big Ten championship rings back.
No, I have all my rings in my
so everybody
pants.
still has the rings from a vacated championship. So you've got the hardware.
That's the only one I wear, too.
Who makes the hardware? Is that just something that the school decides? They contract that out, a jeweler does it, and that's something that is Ohio State's prerogative to do, right? Each individual school to make a ring for a specific bowl game.
Yeah. I've never been on the ring committee. I don't know. I don't know what company does
exactly how that works. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I know there was a story done that kind of told you how the Lombardi Trophy came to be, and any you guys, Baker, do you remember who made the Lombardi Trophy? Did you see that story by any chance? Might be Tiff. I think it is.
I did not. I don't know that one.
I think it's Tiffany.
You must have seen it. I think that is.
It's a random fact.
Yeah, that's a random fact. I think that's correct though, and it's a beautiful looking trophy.
They gotta change the NCAA trophy, right? It's so bad. Like football has changed. Like you like that wood thing. It's just like what? Like it's just kind of boring.
Oh, that's interesting because
basketball.
I do like that. I actually like how it's got the wood.
You think it's better than the crystal ball?
In the crystal. No, I didn't say it was better than the crystal ball. I wasn't thinking about that. But that's gone. But that's not the thing.
But that trophy has been the same even when the crystal ball was around, and then now it's the gold. It kind of looks like the Lombardi a little bit, but it
looks like something.
On the T. Yeah, you know what it looks like.
It looks like
a
something.
Microphone.
Yeah, a microphone. That's right. It's something else too. But I'm with you about just the 2010 season, and I don't know what is proper when you're trying to, if rules are broken. And look, like I understand that at the time they were a violation of the rules. So we talk about how the rules have changed, but also there's a part of me that understands that, well, the rules might have changed, but that doesn't do anything to what they were at the time, you know?
Well, the only thing that gets under my skin, full transparency, the rules were broken, but we were forced to play in a game. Now, when the punishment came, we went into the game openly knowing that we were suspended. And we were asked to play.
Oh, no.
No, we were made to play.
No, totally. That part of this whole story was wild.
And so the thing about that, Tim, is
you got to go out there and play.
No.
Yeah.
No. The NCAA in Ohio State was okay with making their money, but no, you guys aren't allowed to make money. That's what's messed up.
Right. We wanted
That's what really gets under my skin.
We have a bowl
so I don't
game
really
here.
care about rules being broken, but if you guys are okay to make your money, but we can't, that's messed up.
There's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
It's like something's going down. We could tell there's a suspension coming, but let's not do it until after this bowl game is done.
No, we were suspended at the game. No, we were suspended at the game.
Exactly.
And it was like, hey,
and you're playing.
We've lost the SEC team last 3 years. You know, we lost to Florida, we lost to LSU. Guys, listen.
We need a good game.
We can't lose another one at SEC. You guys better play. And guess what? You're not allowed to go to the draft either. So you know what? You have to agree to come back to play in the game. So that's the thing for me that's always got under my skin about it.
Let's get that Final Four back. Come on. Let's get
yes.
Michael Redd and Scooney Penn, their Final Four.
Yeah. Do you give Michigan theirs?
Talking about give Michigan theirs for no, I don't like them. No. Let's keep that. That's
blasphemy. Absolutely not. That's gross.
Chris Webber, no. Taking timeouts at the end of a game when you don't have any. No. Let's not reward that kind of stupidity.
Man. And that's like a coined phrase, like a Chris Webber. Don't ever pull a Chris Webber at the end of a game.
Don't see Webb this thing right here. Baker, you got one more back there?
Yeah, guys, so we know how much transfer portal activity Colorado had last year. Well, it's the same this year just about. They've had 31 players enter the transfer portal since the end of last season, 20 just in April. Deion Sanders was doing an interview with the pregame show on their YouTube channel on Tuesday, and they were talking about the attention that Colorado gets during the portal window. And Deion said, I know what works for us and what has worked for us tremendously. I don't know about tremendously. You only won 4 games last year. I know
not you tremendous
improved.
Yet. Yeah.
I know you improved, but you only won 4 games. He said, we've patterned this thing. We go about it like NFL, free agency. I just wonder if they go 4-8 again this year, if Deion's going to start getting some heat for all this roster turnover.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
we'll see what the season does, Ryan. Yep. You know, the results will tell.
He's up. I mean, unfortunately, he was going to be on the chopping block early, Tim, just because of the manner in which he arrived. And like you were saying, opening the portal gates and really using the portal to flip a whole roster. His results base were like, we want to see how you do, Deion.
I know they lost their leading rusher in Dylan Edwards, but he was like, 370 yards or something like that. So they get Dallin Hayden in. So we'll get to see what one of our Buckeyes who had, he flashed. Every time we got to see Dallin on the field, he flashed, and there just wasn't. Actually, there were some opportunities for him, and some of it's head scratching. Some of it was head scratching, how he wasn't deployed a little bit more often, but
he's a good back.
It's just, I felt like, the stuff that they weren't telling us, it seemed like he must have been fumbling all over the place in practice for them to not turn him loose some of the times that they could have turned him loose, because every time we saw him in a game, there were no ball security issues, and he ran really hard and he ran pure. But that's how that goes, and he's off to Colorado. I didn't get around to this yesterday, but called an Impromptu Power 5, stemming from a Marvin Harrison story, and it might prove how cool or uncool I really am. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $800 on qualifying implements. Now through October 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Say hello to Donato's new stuffed crust pizza. This is not just stuffed crust, this is stuffed crust the Donato's way. That famous thin, crispy crust, packed with melty mozzarella cheese and roasted garlic and loaded with your favorite toppings. It is time to stuff a little extra deliciousness into your pizza night. For a limited time, get a large one-topping stuffed crust pizza for $16.99 when you order online or in the app. Order today.
Jimmy walks up to the line. His credit card debt is calling a blitz. He signals to Upstart.com for an audible. Final play. Hike. Jimmy drops back. In a flash, he cuts over to a streaking Upstart.com with a no-cost rate check on a personal loan. He's wide open. An easy toss for Jimmy by finding a great rate in minutes. He applies. He's approved. And touchdown.
Tackle your credit card debt with a personal loan. Check your rate at upstart.com today. That's upstart.com. Loans are made by Upstart Lending Partners. Loan terms will be determined based on credit, income, and other information provided in your application. Not all applicants will be approved.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
And now we're on our way with Coda, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Whether it's game day or every day, Coda moves Buckeyes fans down the line toward victory. Download the Transit app today for an easy way to plan and pay for your next trip. Visit coda.com/transit app to learn more.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Find out what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Lease a new 2024 Forte LXS for $189 a month for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2024 Forte LXS 2.0-liter FWD IVT 21,645 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes taxes, title, registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile over 10,000 miles a year, excess wear, and a $400 termination fee. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 4/30/24. Limited inventory available.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Breezy and chilly, but at least for dry on this Wednesday. Temperatures in the low 50s. Overnight, we'll see skies slowly clearing. Temperatures dropping down to around 30 degrees. But after a frosty start, a pleasant finish. Temperatures back in the low 60s by Thursday afternoon. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
All Buckeyes all the time. You're welcome. This is the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
Timmy Hall, my man, DeVier Posey. I got a little list for you coming up. But first, I got to tell you about my good friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, because there was a point where I started thinking about, man, is this what getting older feels like? I get home from work, all I want to do is go to sleep. I got no energy left. I hit that recline position on the couch, DeVier, and I'm gone. You throw an episode of whatever on, and I'm going to Sleepy Town. So before long, I found out that other men were checking out their T levels and if they had low testosterone, and that could be something that's affecting you, feeling sluggish, feeling tired. All these things seem to fit my description. Early to mid-30s, you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone production every year. I didn't know that. Something that just gradually happens. So I checked out Tri-State Men's Health. They put me on this program, and then boom. A few weeks later, month, 2 months into it, you start feeling much better. The energy levels are back. You could tell, right? You could see that
yeah,
clearly.
Tim, you are jacked
zooming
up.
all over the place,
He's
right?
jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, ready to go, man. Ready to go at a moment's notice. So get on their website. Check them out, tristatemenshealth.com, or just call 800-900-9654. They got Locations, 6 locations overall, 2 lovely ones right here in Central Ohio. The new one in Westerville, the one I go to get the low T treatment. Lovely offices in Hilliard, 270 and Cemetery Road. You'll take a little quiz there. You'll see what's up. First appointment, $99. $99, that's all. And if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of the appointment, that visit is free. Tri-State Men's Health. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you. I'm excited. We're talking about the 2010 team.
Yeah.
It's almost just... The thing that I kind of learned back there is you rack your brain so much about what how this situation was, how that situation was. There's different minutia in every little thing where either the NCAA or some entity decided, oh, this has to be vacated, right? And, the thing I always come back to is that 90 to 95%, even more than most of those players had nothing to do with whatever the infraction was. And you're keeping a whole big thing away from so many guys, right? Yeah. Sometimes time does change. And like in this case, the rules have changed to where our minds just sort of look at the situation a little bit differently. But I almost feel like there should be like a timestamp on it, with whatever it is, vacating wins, vacating championships, after you've sort of paid a certain penalty in time, because time heals wounds, right? Isn't that a slogan that we all use? That's a saying that everybody seems to subscribe to. I'd like to see 2010 back in business.
Yeah, man.
I really would.
I think the real question is at what point as fans and from the administrative standpoint, business standpoint, marketing standpoint, did we say, hey, these athletes aren't amateurs anymore? Because it was all for the sake of protecting amateurs.
I agree with everything you're saying there. It's the biggest reason of why we are where we are. Well, not just vacated, but how we're watching everything that's unfolding now.
Well,
it's not amateurism. It just isn't.
At what point did these infractions stack up to the point where you're saying, okay, we're protecting amateurism, and now it's okay to say that the same people in these same positions, 20 years later, 10 years, 5 years later, aren't amateurs anymore. Mm-hmm. And they can navigate in this space now. I don't know if you can put it on social media. I don't know if you can put it on, bigger TV contracts. But at what point, Tim, did we say these college athletes aren't amateurs anymore? And I think that marks it to where what was the difference in the past and what has changed now. And that's what I really kind of like hang my hat on, because that's what the NCAA stood on. Like when people say, well, the rules were the rules. Well, it's like, what rule are you specifically speaking about? If you're speaking about amateurism, you should really look into the definition of amateurism.
You can't have coaches making that many millions. You just can't. You can't have that much money being made hand over fist. You're talking about that Sugar Bowl game. Well, they wanted to have a good product to show everybody.
Yeah.
They needed certain star players playing in that bowl game. Yeah. Or else it wasn't going to get the ratings generated that they needed to.
And every school that plays in a major bowl game, they get a check. And 9 times out of 10, when they get that check, they build a building, a student union, a new dorm.
They put some of that money back into athletics facilities to try to go out and recruit better.
Absolutely. And it's like if everyone's winning based off the play that put you in the game.
Agreed. Yeah.
And it's just...
And that does not make a whole lot of sense how the players that are out there doing it, we're watching the players. I mean, coaches are a part of it. Yes, I'm not one of these guys that doesn't think coaching matters, but there's no team if you don't have these guys.
Well, Tim, I want to ask you, do you feel like NIL is enough? Is it?
No, I don't.
Right.
No.
Right. It's like we're going to let you navigate this desert of name, image, and likeliness, and which position groups in sports gets more and who gets less.
And that's going to be expensive.
But we're still going to take the biggest TV deal for the most expanded playoffs over here off to the right.
Yeah. No, I agree. it doesn't feel like it's enough. No. Right. And that's why I think the expansion of the college football playoff, and I hope they get to this soon. I know Jim Harbaugh has actually been a guy.
Harbaugh.
As much as I hate those guys.
Do you think that's, I don't want to maybe that's why they were knocking on his door a lot this year, because
he wouldn't shut up about
advocating for players.
Although it would have been nice to see Jim cut his salary in half and give half of that to the players. That he was talking about it so much. But I know the system's got to get set up. But to expand the college football playoff, they need to take some of the revenue from that and just put that into a pot for paying the players. I mean, we're having the extra games. Okay, so there's a fair trade. Extra game? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Money's right? Sure. Yeah. You're going to go do an appearance. Yeah. If the money's right, you'll go out and do it. It's simple as that.
Money's going to be so
I don't know, man. Did you see Marvin Harrison Jr. signed with New Balance?
Yeah, he's like the Kawhi of football.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that got us talking here yesterday, and I absolutely going to be curious to get your take on this, but just a good old discussion popped up around the office of if, right, because most of us could never, ever get a deal from Nike, right? No. They seem to be the king and at the top of the mountain. But if you could have, that sports apparel deal of your dreams.
Well, I have one.
And so I want to know yours. My list that I came up with for apparel deals that I could see myself having, it ranges. And I put, say, someone like Starter on my list because they're classic and they're kind of coming back, and
You're
they
going
got
for the merch, not
they
the
got
shoes.
the satin jackets. There's not much. Not much to speak for with the shoe business, but man, you've seen me wearing some of their jackets, and I love them. Champion, I put on my list.
Super underrated.
You like Champion? Yeah. Right?
Super underrated right there.
This is the list where we determine if I'm even cool or not these days in my 40-year-old age.
Underrated.
Number 3, I put our local product, Homage.
Nice.
I'm wearing a Homage shirt tonight.
Nice.
Because we're repping Ted Lasso.
Great show.
But the Crew, of course, at 8:15, they got their game as they continue on in CONCACAF as they're playing Monterey. So glory to Columbus. Let's hope we get the job done tonight. First leg, it's big. 2, more classics, retro. Mitchell and Ness. Yeah, I did it. You take a walk down that website.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You give me $5,000 to blow on Mitchell and Ness, done.
Easy.
Done.
Yeah. You probably come away with 5 things.
I'll walk in here with a Vancouver Grizzlies jacket. It's just unbelievable retro stuff. Number 1, I went with a nice, easy pick of Nike because, Nike is the biggest and the best, and you could do literally whatever you want. You get whatever you need, whatever your sport, shoes, clothing, all that.
Yeah.
What are your few? If you athletic deals?
I'm going to go with Reebok. I like it's number 5. I'm going to go down just like you did.
Okay.
Reebok is number 5. Allen Iverson's classics back in the day.
Very solid. Yeah.
The Emmitt Smiths, they were just big for me.
The actual classic shoes, And
shoes weigh heavy into my brands, just flat out. Okay. Number 4, I'm going to go with Adidas. I really just like classic clothes. I like the Adidas jumpsuits. Awesome. Number 3, Lululemon, Tim.
There we
Lululemon.
go.
And
I'd go Fabletics, but Lululemon.
And I'm not wearing underwear with the pants.
It's expensive stuff, man.
Wearing underwear.
Stay away from Common, man.
That has to touch my skin, all parts of it, all angles, 360 degrees.
You want it.
Lulu has to
touching the skin.
Timmy, I've got to ask you a question because on your thing you had and one.
Ooh.
I see that in your notes.
Let's pause.
Okay.
Let's pause because there's more brands that I want to hear.
Yeah.
There's more brands that I want to hear. We might get a surprise visitor in the studio too. He can jump in on this discussion if 10 TV's Dom Tiberi is still hanging out around there. But I want to hear DeVier's brands and what Ryan Baker just asked about me. That's coming up. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
This is the call of the crave. So follow it to White Castle for our new $5 bacon bundle. Pick 2 hickory smoked bacon sliders and a small fry for just $5. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Visit us on the corner of Sawmill and 161 or visit our website, TanskySawmillToyota.com for all of this month's specials. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
This is NASCAR driver Tony Breidinger, inviting you to make a pit stop at Raising Cane's for my favorite craveable chicken fingers. Turbocharge your order and get it even faster when you order online or with the Raising Cane's app. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Raising Cane's is not affiliated with NASCAR.
Hey, it's Anthony. Springtime. We're all breaking out of hibernation here in Central Ohio. I plan on getting out and being active, walking the golf course again, which I did years ago, but I paid the price. My feet ached, but now I have my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store, and they're going right into my golf shoes. Pain-free season coming up. I love how my feet have been feeling ever since putting them in my everyday shoes. And I started feeling the difference right away. I even had a certain TV personality wander over and say, I don't believe you. Do you really have those in your shoes? So what did I do? I took off my shoes in the office to prove this naysayer wrong. Golfing, pickleball, just walking, I have more energy. I want to do more now. And the Good Feet store can help you feel the same way. You have nothing to lose but the pain. It's a free fitting and test walk. Try for yourself and see the difference it can make for you. Go to goodfeet.com or give them a visit on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all at the Good Feet store.
Vote in the Daily Fan poll at 971thefan.com or on X, formerly known as Twitter.
The Daily Fan Poll is sponsored by ER Auto Care, masters of our craft.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free. With zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Hello, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletic Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donatos, Huntington, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in the great state of Ohio through our Buckeyes Care initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag Buckeyes Care.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource. Proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Where every segment is another Buckeye surprise. You've got the Buckeye Show.
Timmy Hall, DeVier Posey, and now very pleased to be joined on the Buckeye Show by the 10 TV sportscaster legend, Dom Tiberi, who I've been desk mates with for a couple years now. But Dom, it's good to have you, buddy.
I want to apologize to Timmy because he has to put up with my nonsense. DeVier, there's nonsense when I'm in the house.
It's fun, though.
This is my first show.
It's fun nonsense.
With you on the radio, and I am honored to be in the presence.
DeVier, DeVier is a modern-day Barry White. Do you know that,
tones,
Timmy?
Doesn't he?
Just like when he does, like,
the radio games.
Right.
There should be jazz music under him when he's talking.
Makes me think of Kenny Guyton.
Amen.
Smooth jazz.
Yeah, this is the smoothest dude there is.
Yeah.
And did you ever see him on the field? He made it look easy.
Yeah, he was quick, super quick, but yet he also just had sort of like a fluidness to his game.
He looks like he could still play.
No,
you know what he ran?
No.
You know what his 40 time was, Dom?
It was fast.
No.
4.37.
Fast.
I've asked.
You couldn't run a 8.37.
Maybe if you put a rocket somewhere on my body, I could.
Maybe.
I asked Fish for the 97.1 to pick up late night jazz, and I would do it. I would come.
You'd be the DJ.
Oh yeah,
like midnight to 4.
Absolutely.
You take that shift.
You know, my first gig when I was in senior year in college.
Yeah,
I got a gig at. I was a stringer, WBBY, and it was supposed to be Westerville, but it was up in.
That's W Baby.
Yeah, but it was jazz. It was jazz. It was cool. All these dudes were in there, jazzing away, and I'm doing news stringing for the news.
Man, the jobs, the early jobs we have. It must have been an early job because you've been here for 40-some years
43
now.
years.
Yeah.
I was a garbage man for the city of Columbus for 3 years.
I don't even believe it. Yeah. You've been here too long. I can't believe that. You've been here forever.
I started here, and I'm going to test you and DeVier's knowledge.
I'm not going to know it.
No.
March 30th, 1981.
Oh, boy.
Neither one of you were born.
No. Nope. I'm -3.
I started here. I had just turned 22 years old. I had just come back from Daytona Beach and spring break.
Woo.
Yeah, I just turned 22.
Must be nice.
And I walk in here.
Did you catch anything out there?
No cameras, no.
Catch anything?
Oh, no, you're good.
As in what?
Something you don't want to catch.
Well, thanks, Tim.
A fish. You caught a fish, John. Did you
Thanks,
catch a
Tim.
fish?
Yeah, I caught a fish. Yeah. Did I catch anything? Lord, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
I don't know.
He's talking about a fish. You went on a fishing trip, right?
Did you catch anything?
So what happened? What's the point?
The point is, 43 years ago, I walked in here, just turned 22, just come back from spring break. And here's all these legends that I grew up watching as I was a little boy. And I'm sitting there just in awe. I'm in a suit, and I'm just like a nervous wreck. And 2 major news events happened on that day. I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, back in those days, DeVier, believe it or not, we didn't have typewriters.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have, computers. We had typewriters. And we had ticker tape. Ticker tape.
Eli Whitney had just invented the cotton gin.
Yes. Yeah. We had Morse code. Anyways, all of a sudden you hear bang, 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 and all this stuff going off. And CBS came over and says, we are interrupting regular programming.
I think I know what
There's
happened.
been an attempt on President Reagan's life.
I was going to say, is it Watergate?
No, they tried to. They shot the president.
Okay.
And then that night, a sporting event, almost didn't happen, but it did. Bob Knight and the Indiana Hoosiers beat Dean Smith in North Carolina to win the national title. That was my first day in the business.
You hear that? You hear that rhyme time?
Yeah. What happened on the first day in the business?
My first day? Nothing like that happened.
Did you catch anything?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I sure did.
Idiot.
I caught some knowledge. That's what I caught. I caught something that said, maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
Go get a shot. You'll be fine.
I went and did it anyway. Dom, we were finishing up this story here. So I'm sure you saw that Marvin Harrison Jr., he kind of surprised some people by the apparel deal that he inked. Some people thought that he was going to go big time with Nike or one of the big boys, Under Armour, who knows. He goes with New Balance, and New Balance has been catching some guys, and that led us to the fun discussion of what would you want to sign with? If you were the athlete going in, what would your apparel deal be? I listed off some of my apparel companies back there, and DeVier, you were about to give your top 2,
my
right?
top 2, yeah.
So you said... you were at Lululemon. You wanted a Lululemon deal.
Yeah.
What were the top 2 for you besides Nike, right?
It was going to be Jordan Brand and Nike. But I signed with Nike, so I love Nike. Yeah. Like when I came out, they gave me a 3-year deal, and it was just because, obviously Ohio State's Nike, and I love Nike.
So you got to live that Nike deal.
Absolutely.
How did that work? Like, what were the perks of that?
So it was $20,000 cash. That was the 3rd round.
One-time deal?
One-time deal, and then it was $20,000 in merch. So you get 10 6 months and then 10 at the other 6 months.
That's a lot of gear. Dom.
That's all I got for Christmas. I was just pushing click and send.
What would you be walking around in? You'd be a Puma guy.
No.
Get you in a bunch of Puma
I like Callaway clothing.
Callaway.
I like Callaway clothing.
Team Callaway.
I like Carhartt jeans.
Tom, I didn't
I do like Carhartt jeans. They're nice. And Tommy Bahama.
Guerrilla marketing.
I like Tommy Bahama.
Tommy Bahama. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. You don't like Tommy Bahama?
No, it's just like
Seattle, right?
See, here's the difference with me and you, Timmy, is everything you have on, you were given at some media event.
That is not true.
Oh, come on.
That's not true.
That is absolute truth.
We've got the cameras. We got the cameras in the studio.
Where did you get that jacket?
This DeVier. How's this jacket? And this, by the way, fits into my Nike deal because they own Converse.
And DeVier's got Carhartt shirt on.
I've got the original Chuck Taylors on here. Look at that.
You didn't get those free?
I bought all these. Come on. I'm not getting any free stuff.
Hey,
you're Dom Tiberi. You got to go to halfway around the world for someone to not know your name.
For the record.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get me a loan?
Yeah.
He loves
For
that.
the record, my first time on the news, Dom gave me some great places to get some suits, tailored suits.
Yes.
Dom is a good resource when you're going to get a nice suit and tie.
Yes.
Dom, will you stay for the next segment?
Yes.
Okay, because there is an actual story that we didn't hit on through all this nonsense yet.
I'm sorry.
But I actually wanted to.
I'm sorry.
That's
by
okay.
the way,
no.
Your hair really looks good today.
You like that?
It really does. Doesn't
you like
it look
that gray
good?
streak? I'm liking the gray
like
streak.
It. It looks.
It's growing on you. I'm not accepting
So are we
my
on
grays.
television here? They can see.
Right.
Look
I think
at Timmy's hair.
This is our camera right here.
there.
It's not.
Tim's
No,
camera.
I'm just saying it looks good. You got good hair.
No,
I used to have
appreciate
good
that.
hair, and now it's thinning out. And the shampoo I use kind of helps with the color.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Well, I'm not going to do anything about the color.
I'm just saying.
I'm just going to embrace.
Well, if I didn't, you'd call me Whitey.
So Dom Tiberi, I didn't say that. That's false. It's a false accusation.
If I didn't put shampoo in my hair.
Hey, Tim, that's Dommy Bahama right there, baby.
Dom Tiberi is in the studio with us from 10 TV. I didn't get to this yet, but we were talking about this story the other day. They say that it's one of the greatest sports injustices in American history, and it happened to a former Buckeye. Yeah. Dom sticks around. We'll tell you about that in the hashtag segments. Coming up, it's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan. They're trained. They're prepared. Let's do it. They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Extreme Limo is proud to be Central Ohio's first choice for luxury transportation. Serving our community since 2006, Extreme Limo has a full range of luxury cars, limos, and party buses for every occasion. And now offering you the new officially licensed Ohio State bus. You can travel in scarlet and gray style to your next game, wedding, or special event. Celebrate life and stretch the limit. Call Extreme Limo at 614-483-3300 to book today or visit extremelimo.com. That's XTREME limo.com.
Hi, I'm Gene Smith, Senior Vice President and Director of Athletics. Ohio State Athletics and Cardinal Health know how important diversity, equity, and inclusion are to the success of our community, employees, and student athletes. And we believe an equitable culture creates a community that attracts and retains the very best. Visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com/Buckeye-inclusion to learn more and join us as we educate and celebrate the value of diversity and inclusion.
Common Man and T-Bone.
There is no way in hell. No way I will eat a crab sandwich live on the air. Why do you do this? No.
Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekdays 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice here in the area for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. And I'm excited to tell you today about the opening of our second location here in Columbus. For me, having been raised here, it's like being back home. The response we've gotten from men here in Columbus has been incredible, and I want to thank so many of you for trusting us in addressing your ED and low T issues. Our goal is always to put patients first, and our highly skilled medical professionals are totally focused on men's sexual health. So if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, call us. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, you'll get your sex life back. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. Make your appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
Timmy Hall and DeVier Posey here on a lovely midweek Wednesday. Dom Tiberi from 10 TV has sauntered into the studio, and he has stuck around because I was wanting to tell the story.
I like that word, sauntered.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
Good word.
And I'm glad that I'm seeing some pub, although there's not enough pub for this yet, but I can't tell you about ticket sales because you're missing it. It's on right now as we speak. This event is happening. But the good news is there will be a 30 for 30 documentary. We were just talking about this a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I mentioned I'd watched the NC State basketball 30 for 30, which I think is the best one because it heavily features Jimmy V. Yeah. I think it's called, I can't even remember the dang name of it. It was about the cardiac pack that beat Houston and won the 1983 national championship. But they are going to unveil a movie about Butch Reynolds, who was an Ohio State track star, formerly the fastest man alive, broke the world record in the 400, and then this horrible thing happened to him where they mixed up drug samples, basically just had the wrong sample. It's not like, there were trace elements in the blood or whatever. No, they had the wrong sample, and they just did, the IAFF just didn't fix things, and he got suspended for 2 years and had to miss the 1992 Olympic Games because of it.
Awful.
It was Dom, you hear him, he's covering the story when he was younger, and that happened.
It's crazy.
Butch, I know, was the speed coach for the Ohio State football team.
Absolutely.
And helped you a little bit, DeVier, right?
Absolutely. My junior year, I was getting recruited. I committed my junior year, so I had a relationship with him. I was excited to work with him.
Yeah.
I came in 7th in the 400-meter dash, and then I had a long talk with Butch. He said, hey, break the 400-meter down. You treat it like this. This is what you do on the first leg, second leg, third leg, and then this is when you kick, and all of these things, the way to run, the way to hold your head. And the next year I won the state championship. And every day I thought about my conversation with Butch in the tips he gave me.
That's awesome. I mean, and like it was Butch Reynolds and Michael Johnson with the gold shoes in the 96 Olympics.
Absolutely.
Like those were the guys in that race. At Dispatch Alerts, they had a tweet post, an X post out about the movie. It's called False Positive.
Right.
Butch Reynolds voices his side in a new documentary. So right now at the Southern Theater, this was cool. Like Kappa does so many cool things throughout the year. They're showing this movie in a sneak peek, and he's actually there. He's going to do a Q&A, so maybe some stuff gets written about what happened there tonight. But Dom, you were so cool. We're talking about this yesterday. I kid you not. I'm talking about this, and I'm mentioning how Kate, who is our ONN reporter, the Ohio News Network, works in the building, and she was doing some stories about this because it's kind of in her realm, movie coming out about this, and she asked me, like, would you like me to see about, getting Butch on? Like, I'm talking to them over there, and I said, yeah, sure, and she came back and said, I don't know who she talked to, a manager or somebody, this goes like, they're a little busy. He's trying to back off now. He's got this thing coming up on Wednesday. And Dom's there, and he says, what do you want to talk to Butch? He's like, I'm good friends with him. He pulls out his cell phone, dials it up. Butch answers, and then he's right there. We're right there in the cubicle, and he says, hey, Timmy Hall from the Buckeye Show. You ever listen to that crap? And he's like, oh, no,
I didn't
maybe.
call it crap.
No, he didn't. He says he wants to talk to you. Would you be so kind of talk to him for a second? He hands me the phone, and I'm there talking to Butch Reynolds for like 5 minutes.
Hey, Butch.
And we're just having a chat. We talk about the movie. Seems like a great dude.
He's gonna come on.
That was so cool. Well, we talked about, I know he had I didn't want to ask him to come on later that night. I don't like to do that to guys.
He don't mind. He'll do it. Butch he lives in Westerville. He's going to be on Wall to Wall this Sunday. He's coming down here to the studio. It'll be on this coming Sunday. But it was one of the great tragedies of athletics. I mean, it was a false positive. Butch kept claiming he was innocent. He had a battery of lawyers. And that group, that track group, I mean, I don't know if it was, I don't even want to say what they did. I mean, it was like, I don't know if it was pride. I don't know what it was. But, I mean, Butch was, he was an amazing athlete. Matter of fact, I was with Butch at the 96 games, and that was the games he was, he missed.
Back in, he was an older athlete at that time.
But he missed 92 when he was in his prime.
Right.
And so then we're at 96, and he came up lame and got hurt. And I'll never forget, I was down there with Paul Spahn, Moose, who was our sports director at 10 TV for 48 years. He and I were at Atlanta for 18 days covering those Olympics. We did not have credentials or anything. We just there were 22 some Ohio State athletes there.
You're not an NBC guy. That's probably why.
This is Atlanta.
CBS. Yeah, we were in Atlanta. Everything was good until that daggum bomb went off. But we were down there, and Butch did an interview with us. He said, I'm not going to run. I'm done. I'm going to withdraw. I'm banged up. And he said, will you give me he says, I need to get a ride to Stone Mountain, which is outside Atlanta. And we took him
What was up in Stone Mountain?
He, I don't know. He just went there. He was meeting friends and family. And,
you drove him, huh?
Yeah, we drove him out there and gave him a ride. But he was heartbroken. I mean, he had worked so hard for those 96 games after they stole 92.
You can't ever get that back,
And he came up lame. But I'll tell you what, you look up the word class, and there's a picture of Butch Reynolds. And, I mean, he loves Ohio State. But the adversity, that guy, and I call him a kid. He's not a kid anymore, but he's always a kid to me.
Yeah.
What he had to go through was so unfair and so unjust. And I'm very interested to see how this film portrays it.
Me too.
You said your mom and dad are there. I'll be interested to hear what you give me a report tomorrow.
I will. Yeah, my mom and dad are there. Speaking of that, Dom, we're so sorry for everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks. It's been so good to see you back at work, but Dom's mom passed away. Everybody, if you didn't see that on social media, and I never got the pleasure to meet her, but boy, from everyone that you talked to, she seemed like such a special gal.
Well, I'll tell you, DeVir and I are both in that club now, and you only have one mom,
man.
And she was my mom 65 years, and I'm still coming to grips with it.
I hear you.
It was on Monday, and you're still dealing with it.
Not even been a year. Goes away. Yeah, grieving never goes away.
No, But you know what? My mom was a tough go the last couple of months, and she's not suffering anymore. And I take solace that she is in heaven with little Maria, and so that makes me happy.
Amen.
That makes me happy.
Amen.
Well, it's good to see you back at work.
Yeah, I tell you, I wanted some normalcy.
Good to see you smiling again.
I wanted some normalcy.
Yeah.
I wanted to be hanging out with my buddy Timmy Hall.
I don't know about that.
No, I love you. and
we got an open spot on Wednesdays
and
now.
You know what Timmy did?
Yeah.
He brought in these Bill's Donuts, and I hadn't had them forever. Holy smokes.
Wait, Bill Nash?
Oh, no.
Just Bill's.
So, just Circleville. It's the only one. There's no chain.
Centerville.
Centerville, I mean.
Yeah there might be a couple left. The donut holes are on my desk.
Wait, you drove to Centerville?
I did.
For donuts?
I did.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I did. My son had state math testing today and got another 2-hour round tomorrow. I thought
How'd he do
take
in
the
that?
edge off.
How'd he do in the math?
He's a math guy.
Yeah.
He's good. But that's
Oh, wait. Let's not skip over this. You drove
that's it.
to Centerville for donuts?
I'd love to talk more about it, but it's the show. I'll tell him more about it tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
We could go out there and talk about it.
That's what I do, though. So coming up, we're going to get our gamble on the money with Bids and Scotty. They're coming up next. NFL Draft first round tomorrow. We're going to be here at 6 to talk about it. Dom Tiberi, 10 TV, thank you.
Thank you.
DeVier Posey.
Have those guys give me a winner, will you?
It's coming up next on The Fan.
During this 10-second promo, Rothman will lose money gambling on something.
People like you come here and blow the family nest egg that built this town.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
It's truck month at your local Ram dealer. And right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $499 a month for 42 months with $2,749 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all lessees will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 4/30/2024.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
Wilson, what's with the magic wand?
I'm trying to make our screens do that vanishing thingy yours do.
You mean the disappearing roll screens? Where the screen is there if you want it, or retracts and disappears if you don't?
Yeah, now, is that done with real magic?
No, it's not.
So I should probably take back the wizard's robe.
Yeah, I would. Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium Tours offers a variety of options and pricing that will meet your needs. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour of Ohio Stadium today.
Marathon has some great news about the number 5, so I'm going to say it 5 times in 5 different ways. Join Marathon Rewards and earn up to $5 in rewards on your first visit. Join and earn 5 cents in rewards for every gallon you buy. Join in as little as 5 seconds. Join to make 5 friends jealous. Join and get high fives. It's easy to sign up at the station or go to marathonrewards.com. By joining with your phone number, you are agreeing to receive recurring automated informational marketing SMS/MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is a part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is safe and clean for the players every game at the Schottenstein Center. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com. Libman, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Did the pandemic eliminate quality customer service? Well, many places it did, but not here at Heartland Bank. Imagine getting top quality service and good advice as well to help you down life's road. It's community banking, and it's alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb, CEO. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Fair banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.